We're here. This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice.
Alan!
Alice! My wife is missing. They took her. I found many pages. We can't talk here. Rusty knows something. He wants to talk. Oh, hell.
Well, so Alan Wake's a best-selling writer.
Yeah.
But he has a very big problem because after coming to Bright Falls with his wife Alice, who brings him there because he hasn't managed to write anything in over 2 years, and Alice brings him to Bright Falls to gain back his creative flow so he can write again. But shortly upon arrival, Alice goes missing and Wake finds himself trapped in a nightmare. And the worst thing is that his latest work, a thriller novel that he doesn't even remember writing, starts to come true before his eyes, word for word. Now, Alan Wake's a psychological action thriller, and we have a very strong mood and an atmosphere, but a really smart and clever story, and a mature story to give a reason for all the scares. I mean, we always, at Remedy, we look to bring something new to the table, to push the envelope. You know, with Max Payne it was bullet time, and with Alan Wake it's light. I mean, there are a few things that make a Remedy game, and it's a strong lead character. It's a cinematic, movie-like action, an action feel to it. But above all, it's this unique gameplay mechanic that hasn't been seen before. And we feel that light is something really new and compelling. We were writing the story, when we came up with the concept, we found out this light thing, and you know, ideas just started to run with it that, you know, this could be really great, and it's turned out really great. So the gamer can utilize the environment around him very cleverly and strategically to defeat his enemies or get through obstacles. What we're talking about is the dark presence. Now, what the actual dark presence is, I'm not going to tell you, because, you know, it's a little bit like, you know, going into a movie and me telling you what the ending is before you go in there and you want to shoot me. You're like, you spoiled it for me, so I don't want to spoil it. But this dark presence is taking over everything in its path. It's taking over vehicles and machines and even inanimate objects and just turning them and throwing them against Wake. A kind of a, you know, a poltergeist, if you will. And only a strong light can defeat them. But among Wake's enemies are the locals that have been taken over by this dark presence. And before Wake can do any damage on a Taken, he must first remove the protecting dark presence that they have over them using his light, and that's why he always has a flashlight with him. But even once he's removed this dark presence away, they are still a threat to Wake. They never become human again, and that's why he has to use conventional weapons to then kill them. So we have a lot of popular cultural influences from movies. I mean, we really don't look at games as an inspiration for us, the games that are out there today. What we're really looking at is other popular culture and other mediums that really inspire us. I mean, the guys back home, they're all big movie buffs, and in Alan Wake you see a lot of popular cultural references, like from Stephen King, and, you know, Twin Peaks, for instance. You know, Bright Falls and Twin Peaks have a very, you know, similar kind of atmosphere to them. Small town Americana, where everything just seems great and fine and everyone's happy, but when you get there, people have, you know, their different shades of grey, and there's something hiding underneath the beautiful setting that is there.
Remedy really sees Alan Wake as much more than a single game, and obviously, you know, the story that Alan Wake will bring will have a beginning and an end, but we can't guarantee that there will be full resolution, because Remedy has this great vision for what Alan Wake will be, and we really look forward to keep working with them in the future.
Yeah, that was a good catch as well. So, absolutely, like Ian said, we think of Alan Wake as season 1, so to speak. But you know, the game that people get in their hands, it's going to be a satisfactory ending. Think about seasons of TV series. When you watch it through, you get a satisfactory ending, but you want to see more.
It's always the hook.
Yeah, and keeping the hook there and keeping people interested. You know, what we've shown is kind of more the thriller aspects and the action aspects, because we feel that's really compelling, and that's what people want to see. but when you get the game in your hands, there's going to be a lot of you know, NPC interaction as well, learning about the characters, because when you're building a thriller, you need to find a good pacing to it. You can't keep scaring people and scaring people and scaring people, because it gets diluted and people are expecting it all the time. And what a thriller is all about is building an atmosphere and a build up with the music and the tone to what's going to happen to make that atmosphere really cool and compelling. So we do have daytime scenes. So, you know, the players will have... Right, exactly, so you do. I mean, we do have daytime scenes where the player will get a chance to walk around Bright Falls, and it's not all in the forest. I mean, Bright Falls is a huge area. It's 10 times 10 kilometers, so it's 100 kilometers of space. And there's a city in Bright Falls, and you know, during the daytime, the player will of course, you know, talk to the other cast around Wake himself and learn about why they are there in Bright Falls and what their motives are as well. We are on track. We announced at E3 that we're going to be coming out in spring 2010. The game is playable from start to finish. So we're at a stage of kind of post-production at the moment, you know, getting everything and tweaking everything so we can really get those emotions out of the players, and just getting everything right and a hell of a lot of polish. So Alan Wake's going to be in stores at spring 2010, and I really hope that your viewers will love Alan Wake as much as we do.
Yeah, particularly because it's going to be fully localized in Latin American Spanish.
Latin American Spanish.
Yeah, fully localization.
Nothing is more important, both for Remedy and for Microsoft with this title, and people enjoying the story and understanding what's going on and really getting into the fiction. And the best way to do that is by giving them localized languages in their own dialect.
It's amazing to be here, amazing to be in Mexico at EGS. This show is fantastic. The Mexican people have been very hospitable towards us. It's been really a great pleasure to be here, and thank you to all the Xbox owners out there in Mexico and the audience that's looking forward to Alan Wake. Thank you.